and I walked into the CEO's office. Here we go, Manny. In 2004, and I said, I'm leaving. And he says, what? And I go, I'm leaving. I've solved the Rubik's Cube. And he goes, but Eric, I had 80 people in my IT department. We had, I had 1,200 internal employees. He had 6,000 people in the field. I'm like, my job's done here. I'm not gonna. I'm interested in going and solving new challenges rather than just maintaining what we got going on here. And we did some really amazing things: big ERP implementations, multi-million dollars, portals, artificial intelligence, even back in those days. So he goes, well, what is it you're going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to go launch a media company. He said, what do you know about media? I said, nothing. And he, I don't understand. And I said, Joe, I love you guys. I don't really want to keep coming back to Boca. My kids are getting a little bit older. I want to be there. I'm up in Boston. And I had a friend who had gone over to Monster, and Monster had said at the time they were going to get into healthcare. But after a year, they said, really nurses and doctors and pharmacists and therapists have no interest in actually going to monster.com and fill out, at the time at least, put their resume in there. So we learned that there was like $600 million being spent annually by hospitals all around the United States using agencies to run ads and magazines and all that stuff. So I went off and I launched, I said, why not? So again, here's that, why not? And so my wife wasn't so thrilled that I quit my job, because again, that's the paycheck stops. So this is that whole kind of, right? But I don't mind my little pup back there. But at the same token, I saw the opportunity. So I launched a media company, and I headed all the development. I offshored some work in those early days. And then I built a team out. We ran out of Beverly, Massachusetts. And I had like 15, 16 people. And we had magazines, we had portals, we had original content writers and all that. And that was a lot of fun. And then this is where the sales side comes in, right? When you own your own company, you got to sell. You can't just wait for people to, you got to be your best salesperson. So I went off and I met with the agencies, and these Bernard Hodis and TNP Worldwide and other big agencies, they loved our product. They loved what we were doing and all that. They said, but they said to me, we don't see you guys in magazines. And I'm like, right, because we're brand new. But we tried it cost me a fortune to run an ad series in 1 month in 7 magazines, and we got absolutely nothing out of it. So my partners and friends, they're looking at me, they're like, what are we going to do? And I was driving home that night, Manning, and I said, you know what? We're not going to just, definition of insanity is repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and just, expect a different outcome. I'm going to go create my own magazines. And so I came in the next day, I had went off and I had registered RN Week and PT Week and OT Week and Physician Week. And I went off and I personally built all the templates and all that. And then I used my offshore team together. And in 3 weeks, we had automated magazine construction, aggregate all content, put it out, run banner ads and all that. And then we promoted our products and our services all through our magazines.
Through there?
Yeah, it was wonderful.